Hello dudes and dudettes, it's Richie here again, back playing Astroneer. I'm going to be carrying on where I left off and trying to get the base completed now. Remember the titanium I mentioned earlier, making them into tanks? Yep, this is how it's done, and this is how you get the extended oxygen. Great for when you're going wandering away from base or deep into the mines. And I seem to recall actually when I was looking over at this space crash thingamajiggy, I left actually a module there I could use for research. Indeed I did. Don't know how I missed that last time. And as I say, we're going to took those other two modules that were down in the mines, caves, and back up to be researched. Unfortunately I didn't get the any of the ones I wanted really. Just minor research parts. But hopefully with this, and some more from the mines or caves, should be able to complete the research. And I found that the caves are probably the best for gathering research. Found if you wander around there and keep wandering, especially around the deeper parts, you'll find all kinds of unique research items. And truck is actually quite useful. There's probably others that I can get as well. Oh yeah, I remember saying I was going to finish off these modules so I could have somewhere to store all the shiny things I get from the mines, caves. So now it's back into the mines to complete the rest of the research. Remember mentioning that not all plant life down here is friendly. Well, these ones are fairly harmless enough. You can jump on them, to your heart's content, prod them, poke them. However, if you destroy them, they'll release a gas that comes after you. So much of those green bubbling things over yonder. However, while wandering around here, I have found something rather nice. Some research stuff. So, that's going to be the focus of the next few minutes, getting some of this back. And hopefully some latherite as well for aluminium. And of course, it's right behind the poisonous plants, isn't it? So having all that extended oxygen just really helps. Means I can stay away from the tether line just that a bit longer. It should be enough to get my buildings finished up. When you play some multiplayer, obviously you can have more than one or two of you down in the mines. It really helps when you've got someone else to help you bring this stuff back. We'll probably be covering multiplayer in another episode, or maybe even later on in this episode if we get around to it. Still, there's quite a bit to cover just yet. So I used some of the aluminium I got to get myself a wind turbine. Something that should work in all weathers. However, as you just saw there, if I place it there, it seems to work fine. So there, not as well. Placement of it seems somewhat randomised, really. I think wind sort of flows across in like a band across the planet, if you follow what I mean. So you may have to experiment just moving it around a little bit before they get to work. And sometimes as well, they'll stop working and you need to move it around. They're a bit fiddly, but they give you power. But basically, windmills give you power at night time and during the day as well, obviously. This is one of the other dangerous plants that you meet in the underworld. You get close to this one, spike shootout. Oh, an interesting trick though, is you can dig it out. But I see it the same as the other ones. You can also get these seeds which you can plant. And I'll grow into more horrible spiky plant things. That's what you've always wanted, eh? Okay, now from a bit in the future, I've now managed to get all the buildings that I can possibly get and laid out my base. We have the trade platform there, fuel condenser here. Essentially, remember I was mentioning about getting infinite resources? This is how. Basically, this will turn energy into fuel. From that we can put it onto here and then trade for whatever resources we want. Now, since I mentioned about going to other planets, this is what I'll be using for this, the spaceship. You'll need 2 more copper. You also need this habitat and some storage building for it. So once I've got all those built, I'll show you the next stage in it and what I do after that. We'll need to gather some resources for it. Some resin, some compound, a couple of aluminium and a couple of copper as well. And I'll probably take this lithium with me to make a new battery as well. And possibly the titanium for trading. But for now it's just a case of resource grinding, gathering it, going out in the rover, picking up the stuff and then building it together to make the spaceship. And I'll show you the final spaceship design which I use to travel to other planets and get bases set up. Okay, so I'm just about ready with my spaceship. I've got the 1-seater, the habitat on one side. I've got 2 copper, 2 aluminium and 4 compound there. And also 8 resin there. And another 2 lots of 8 there, giving me a total of 24 resin. More than enough to get my base laid out. I do this because on some planets resin is very, very rare to come by, or if present at all. So in order to get to a new planet, walk up to it, tab. And press the R button. And once in orbit, once it slows down, all you have to do is press the up arrow. And there's your choice of where to go. And all the planets here orbit the central star there. You've got an inner planet there, which is the radiated planet. You've then got the arid planet, red, it's called the Marsish one if you like. You've got the exotic planet there. You've got the planet Ronno and its moon, barren. And you've got the tundra world out there. Now they do kind of follow orbital mechanics, i.e. planets close to the sun go around it faster. So in this case, since the radiator's coming up, we'll head there. And radiated planets got loads and loads of nice resources on. Service conditions can be a bit hostile though. You'll see why I mean in a minute. Once you get a landing site. So once you're in orbit, you've got a choice of where you want to set up the site. Doesn't really affect it too much gameplay wise. Unless of course you're on somewhere really bad. Essentially I think that looks interesting there. Like there's a hole, this big hole or something in the ground. But I think somewhere like is why I said it's a little bit hostile. You see these big pulsing spiky hole things in the ground? Yep, certain death if you jump into them. So what I'll probably do, I'll set my base up down the hill there, and this is why I pack a habitat instead of building it off the base. I can actually wander down there and set up. Worst case of doing is getting the resin off there and getting a base set up. And the reason I packed that aluminium compound is so I can get the 4 basic buildings set up. So I'll fast forward into the future once I've got this base spread out a bit, and we'll take it from there. Remember I said this radiated planet was rich? Yeah, go on the surface. What I can do with that is start putting it straight into the trade platform. And we can get my base set up immediately. That'll save me a lot of work in the long then. This world is still the same environment as dangers they get on the tower. Also, need to dig in and get out of the storm before it kills me. Okay, and there's a base completed in a relatively short amount of time. See, by spending a little bit of time on the terrain wall and just collecting up resources, it makes building a new base that little bit much easier. Stalling coin, I think it's probably possible. Anyway, that's the basics of how to play Astroneer. Hope you enjoyed it. This one, let me know if you like it. I might be going back to Astroneer in the future. It's still it's early access.